Okay, so my name is Sam Spence, Band of Brothers Martial Arts here in Bloomington, Illinois. Just wanted to continue where I left off, unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, with our Silat series number 1. We teach this as coming from Guru Lacosta. This is how it was taught to me. So we're going to go with our technique number 2. So our technique number 2 is our 2-leg over arm bar. Okay. Usually what we'll do is we'll get to it from a Puder Kapala, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and show it from 2 different angles solo, and then I'll try and get my trusty dummy back out. So again, we tend to go in off of a Puder Kapala, labai of some sort, right? So as we get our Puder Kapala going through, what can happen sometimes is their weight is hard to compensate for, or they're continuing to pressure in this way as we throw them. So as this goes through here like this, I might lose my balance and I step over them. So if you can visualize, there's a body between my legs. I just stepped over their chest. If I have their arm, great. If not, there's other things we'll end up needing to do. So I happen to have their arm still. I just turned the head and I stepped over their body. First thing I need to do is once I step over, I either drop this knee in or this knee first, okay? If you drop this one in first, you don't count it. If you drop this one in first, you do. So this is 1 knee, this is 2 knee, and this is 3 knee. Now if you notice, again, I have their arm still, right? So as I drop to do my 1 knee, my arm, or their arm, goes over this, then it goes back over this, and then it goes back over this. So these 3 knees should be hitting in the chest, the throat, the face, as I'm wrenching their arm against my leg. 1, 2, 3. Now, from this position here, sometimes what we'll do is we'll drop down and we'll start kind of playing the game here. We'll start hitting. We'll trap here and we'll start wrenching again. And then other times we'll just go straight to the 2-leg over technique. So what that is again, I'm over. I just did my 3 knees. I take this and I gently kick them in the back of the head, and I step over. As I step over, it's important to pull their arm with you, okay? Because what that does is, if I'm just kind of hanging out here and they step over, my arm kind of flops like this, that's one thing. But if I'm over and all of a sudden they pull my arm with me, now I'm facing the dirt, right? That's going to help me, that's going to make it harder for me to counter. Not that there isn't counters, because just like I said in the previous video, I'm not saying that this is going to be intent on we're playing counter for counter like you would if you were rolling during a jiu-jitsu class. But what we're trying to deal with here is you're trying to dispatch this person as fast as you can, get back up and fight the next person. So anyway, so this now is kicked over and I've stepped over. So now I have their arm between my legs here like this. Sometimes you'll see us wrench here right away. You buckle right, your knees right in over their elbow, and you wrench. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just go straight to the armbar. When you go to the armbar, make sure that you don't have too much space between your butt and their back or their side, whatever you want to call it. You need to make sure you pull your arm up as you squat down and then sit back. Now, we usually sit back for training. We want to make sure you keep this as controlled and as tight as you possibly can on them. Once you get to a control point here where they're laying between your legs here, then you're going to fall back and wrench. As you wrench, again, just like before, squeeze the knees together, bridge the hips, and wrench to either side. Go against the thumb. If their thumb is pointing up, you pull straight down. If their thumb is pointing to the right, you pull to the left. If their thumb is pointing to the left, you pull to the right. You pull against their thumb. Now, what you'll also see from this position here is you'll see some people will roll up and trap that arm again in the armpit. And then they'll just slowly sit back. And right about here is usually about as far as you'll get. And you can think of that as sort of like a core exercise where you do, the leg straighteners. But you're doing that with somebody's arm in jeopardy. And as you fall back, you're wrenching their elbow. And that can be on either arm depending upon where it is in relation to your legs. So I could also trap it here and then fall back and wrench right away. As you're falling back, especially if you don't have your arms on it, this is starting to hit. Okay, you're starting to try and tenderize a bit more. Again, different mindsets in training methodology. Now, once you have wrenched the arm, the next thing that you do here is you can, just like I mentioned in the previous video, in the event that they decide that they want to bite or something like that, you give them a couple little shucks like so. But once you've wrenched this arm, you're going to put your foot on their side and you're going to push them away from you, kick this into the back of the head as you start to roll up into your get up position here. So you have, again, you have your tripod, so you have your one leg down, one leg up. And then you're going to take this hand, you're going to push up off of it, add this extra kick, and hop out, cover your head, and now you're ready to start engaging on the other side. Now, again, I'll show it over on this side here. So, we get to our push your pile up. Okay, as I throw them, I lose my balance and I step over. Okay, I might bump this one here just to kind of keep them in place, but this is now 1, 2, 3 wrench, and 3 knees. Okay? Again, from this position here, I can squat down and start playing these games and striking and stuff like that. Usually we'll just go straight through, taking that shot as we go. If you don't want to take the shot to the back of the head and wrench in their neck forward, then as you step through, you might have to step on their jaw. Whoops. So once you're in that position here, pull through, sit back, and wrench. Okay? Obviously you want to go controlled with a training partner. So you sit back, get into this position here, knees together, hips up, and wrench. Knees together, hips up, and wrench. Now, again, I mentioned before, you might be able to trap it here and wrench as you start to hit it. If I'm doing this side here, you grab their pants, you grab their junk, you fall back, and you wrench. Okay? Now, to do the push away on this side here is once I have wrenched, this foot now engages right underneath the armpit. I push away here, and then as I start to roll up, take this shot here, hop up, and I'm ready to go on. Okay? So now we'll try it with the old trusty dummy. So as I go to do my Putra Kapala, I hit my knee, and I throw them through. I lose my balance, and I step over. Right? Again, it's hard to visualize an arm, so we're going to visualize an arm. I'm going to recenter us here. So we're going to visualize the arm is had here. Okay? So I got this knee here, that's my first bump, right? So now this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, from this position here, I'm going to tap this here and step down. I can tap this and stomp down, or I can just stomp down. I sit down and I fall back and wrench. As I raise my hips. This now gets up here to push, and when I push them away, get to this position here, kick them away, and hop up. Again, that kick is not meant to push them too far away, but it is meant to wrench their neck one more time for good measure. So, if I'm doing my Putra Kapala on this side, I hit my knee, hit my elbow, throw them through, but I accidentally fall through. This is now going to go 1 knee, 2 knee, 3 knee. Bring this up and over, step down, fall back, wrench this through. Okay? Again, here, or here, maybe here, or maybe here. Now, to do the push away again, this now goes push, get up, tap, hop out. So, hope that translates well. One of these days I'll have a consistent stunt double, if you will. Training partner in here helping me out, but unfortunately everybody's schedules are kind of crazy right now, and still we're supposed to stay 6 feet away from one another. So I hope that this helps. It's going to be hard to shadow box, and if you have any questions, please ask away in the comments. But it is something that I usually test my students on when we do the Silat portions. Yes, you can do it on a person. That's great. Let me see you shadow box it. If you can't shadow box it, you don't know it. That's kind of my mantra with this stuff. Because it's so inherently reliant on touch. It's inherently reliant on that person's movement. If you can visualize their movement and visualize, even if you start visualizing their counters and stuff, that's when you know you have the drills. So that is Silat series number 1, technique number 2, a 2-leg over armbar. Thank you.